If you were to ask me what is one of the most family-friendly Franklin locations, family-friendly areas that I can think of, it would be right here where I'm standing, Sullivan Farms. It's in Franklin, Tennessee. It's less than 7-minute drive to downtown historic Franklin. It is we don't have the big giant master plan communities that they have in a lot of places like Houston, Texas, but it is a community that was planned with family in mind, with sidewalks, swimming pools, playgrounds, tennis courts, walking trails. It's got so many of the things you need to stay with right within your community. But outside of the community, you've got everything you want, plus the phenomenal Williamson County School District. So let's take a look so you know exactly where I am, and then I'll show you around a bit. Okay, let's take a moment to make sure we know exactly where we are. This is downtown Nashville, Davidson County. This is the I-40 loop that takes you around east to west side, so you don't have to go through downtown to get over to the different interstates. Interstate 40 east, going down 24 this direction, or 40 west, going out toward Memphis. So from here, we're coming straight down. This is Interstate 65. Belmead, Green Hills, Forest Hills, this is all this area right in here, West End Quarter. Brentwood, Old Hickory Boulevard and Brentwood intersection, south of 65, puts us now into Williamson County. 65 goes on down forever and ever, but down to Williamson County. Here's Brentwood, that's Williamson County. Then you keep on coming down, and here you are in Franklin. Now let me widen this out a little bit for you. Oh, if you keep on going down, this is the 840 loop. So if you happen to live in Thompson Station, this area, and you happen to work maybe needing to go over toward the airport, you come off 840. If you work over in Bellevue, you go that way. So there's lots of access points that I think are very interesting for people to know, depending on where you work and what your commute and where you want to be. But let's now move in so I can show you. We're going to take a look at Sullivan Farms. Now again, we're coming down 65, down 65 straight. This is Highway 96, or we also call it Murfreesboro Road. And you will notice that our roads change name a lot. Nashvillians really, I would call this Murfreesboro Road. I would not call it Highway 96, but it actually is. Murfreesboro Road takes you straight into, this is the historic Franklin downtown. But the city of Franklin is a much wider range, but this is the historic area right here. So you can see how close we are. If you come down 65, I would get off and go Highway 96 or Murfreesboro Road, going west, and then come on down here. This is called Mac Hatcher. Mac Hatcher is one way of doing it. If you happen to live over on the hills, work over in this Hillsboro roadside, you could come down Columbia Highway. But Sullivan Farms is this entire area, maybe 10 minutes away from the historic Franklin area. Easy accessibility to get over to I-65, to go up north or get up to Brentwood and go to Cool Springs. It's a large area, easy access from two angles, close access to Franklin, very close access to Cool Springs, and you can see lots of parks as we talk about. This is the historic area here, golf course, Forest Crossing, and so the ease and accessibility back to 431 is actually also what's Hillsboro Road. When you get into Hillsboro Road is also called Highway 431. 431 crosses with 31 back up here in Franklin. So if you want to be confused, try to learn some of our city names. They do change names depending on where you are. This area is Sullivan Farms. There are 6 different sections of Sullivan Farms, and as you can see, the price point, they're only, out of over 700 homes, there are only 6 homes on the market. This $6.3 million home is new construction. It's sitting on 25 acres. And I'll show you a couple pictures of that because it's pretty incredible. But if you want your own private tour, we'll have to make an appointment to get into that one. Now, let's get to the rest of the story. If you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. One of the things that I like, or a couple of the things that I like the most about Middle Tennessee, grown up here, is the friendliness of the people and the beauty of the landscape. So this is August 7th. I believe. It's about 4 in the afternoon. Boy, my hair's messy. And this is the first day of school, so a lot of these kids from Williamson County are just arriving home from school. I want you to notice as we're driving through, there's still not a whole lot of traffic. I want you to notice some things. There are several different sections. The way this community is built up, there are lots of different sections of it, but there are no long through streets. So many of them built on cul-de-sacs. So what you've got is a situation where you can meet your neighbors, you know your neighbors, your children can run 3 doors down, 4 doors down and meet other neighbors. But something else I like about this neighborhood is the fact that it's not only children, it's not only small kids, it's small children all the way through high school, but it's also grandparents who've moved to the Middle Tennessee area because they want to be closer to their grandchildren and really grow up in the very same neighborhood. Maybe pick them up from school, take them to the playground for afternoon play. Let's take a look. So if you live there, and if swimming and tennis and walking trails are not your thing, if the children's playground is not your thing, if meeting with your neighbors, and if landscape and gardening is not your thing, then what might be your thing? How about a 10-minute drive into Franklin to see some of the historic areas, Carnton Mansion, take the ghost walks, do some antique shopping. That's all 10 minutes away. If you want your shopping within minutes away of your home, groceries that you could possibly want, nails, Lululemon is over in Cool Springs or in Green Hills. You've got exercise classes, Orange Theory, there's Truly, Leather Shop, all the things that you can think of that you need for your day-to-day needs. Now, if you want a really big nightlife, then you're gonna go into downtown Nashville, and I can promise you most people never ever do it. Maybe once or twice down to the honky tonks on Broadway, but you're also going to go to Predators hockey games or football games. Have you heard even that UT Knoxville is having their opening football game here at the Titan Stadium in September? If you love the UT Vols like we do, then you're gonna have to work on getting those tickets. It's not gonna be easy. But you go downtown for those main events or the big concerts, but people stay here. You go over down to Leaper's Fork and get live music a couple times a week. You also get live music over at the Bungin' Up Pig right here in Franklin out on the lawns. You don't have to go away from Franklin, from this community, to get shopping, day-to-day needs, great Williamson County schools, community activities inside of so many of the different communities, and what could you ask for? Now, if you're not into any of those things, then I don't know really what you want. How about taking the kids, if it's a cold, nasty winter day, how about taking the kids to the indoor trampolines? I've done that many times with my grandchildren, so much fun. How about roller skating? I'm going to ice skating in a couple places, 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. Any kind of lesson you can possibly imagine, judo, karate, there's nothing you can't do right here. So for the person who told me there's absolutely nothing to do here in Nashville other than go to the aquarium in Chattanooga, that's fun on occasion. Or to go to the Memphis Zoo, that's fun on occasion. How about Grassmere Zoo here, which is a natural habitat zoo? How about Boo in the Zoo at Halloween's? There's so much to do here, but some people you just can't make happy. Tennessee may not be your thing, but if you're looking for a family-friendly community, price ranges up from pretty much 700s to several million. Let me show you that in a second. Stick around. Let me show you this house. It's phenomenal. Lot sizes 0.2 acre up to an acre, and then there's one that's 24 acres. Because as I said, this was originally a 700-acre farm. There's something for everybody, and as far as an investment goes, as far as getting your money back, as far as loving your community, that's why so many people start their homes. Maybe their first home is here, and then they move up to a larger home as the family needs change, and then they downsize, or right size is how I like to call it, back to something smaller, but stay within the community that they love so much. If you happen to be a general contractor, someone who does remodeling, and you're thinking of moving to the Nashville area, here's my number one suggestion, and you'll make a ton of money if you do it. You can start your business really fast. Move into an area like this that was built for the most part beginning in the 90s. Sounds recently to me, but it's now almost 30 years ago. You know how those styles have changed. Everyone wants to know their contractor. Everyone wants to know that they, can get to them. They have access. You could keep yourself as busy as you possibly wanted to be with renovating floors, refinishing floors, painting, redoing kitchens, redoing bathrooms, all the things that we know everybody does every 20 to 30 years. You could build yourself a stellar business staying right within your community if that's the type of thing that you want to do. So, I don't know. I think it's a pretty amazing place. What do you think? Oh my goodness, where are my manners? I promised you I would give you a sneak peek of this beautiful, newly built estate home on 24 plus acres. It has a total of 7 bedrooms, 9 full baths, 1 half bath, approximately 10,000 square feet, gorgeous pool house, outdoor kitchen. What you may not know is it has a barn that is separate with 2,400 square feet of finished space. It has a kitchen, office, 2 full baths. Perfect place to be an Airbnb or to have the farm manager, maybe bring home mom and dad to live on the same property but have some privacy. If you want to see it, I'd love to show it to you.